good, YouTube? All the team here, and I'm bringing you guys week 1, season 1 of the Pokemon for Glory Next Generation. So my week 1 opponent was Panther and his Carolina Clefables. As you can see, I brought Cloyster, Steelix, Galvantula, Sableye, Infernape, Mega Altaria, and he brought Sylveon, Salazzle, Terrakion, Mandibuzz, Jellicent, and Mega Metagross. As my lead, I led off with Tefiti as my shiny Cloyster, as he led off with Trixie, his shiny Sylveon. Turn 1, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I just led off with my Focus Dash Cloyster as it can live any hit, and I just went for Shell Smash, as he obviously just stayed in and just went for Hyper Voice. Obviously going to bring me down to my Sash since I am minus Special Defense. Activates my Focus Sash. And then here, I just decided to go for Icicle Spear, considering the fact that none of the Pokemon on his team can take it besides Metagross, as he goes into Metagross, named X, because of the X on his face, I think. Alright, so going for the Icicle Spear, obviously he resisted. It did roughly around 45%. Knowing that he was going to Mega Evolve, I didn't really have a good switch into this, so I just sacked off my Cloyster at this turn. Here comes the monstrosity himself, Mega Metagross. And obviously he's going to go for Bullet Punch, knock me out. So down goes Tefiti, so now it's up 5-6, or we're losing 5-6. Here I just go for Rolex, my shiny Steelix. Knowing that this thing can't really do much to me, I'm just going to stay in, go for Earthquake, and here comes No Name, his Jellicent. I just go for an Earthquake. Does around like 15-20%ish. And obviously I withdrew. I did not want to take a Scald or get burned. So I go into JF. He goes for Toxic, I miss, or he misses, I avoid, my bad. And he withdraws and goes into Trixie. Here's where I should have Thundered, but I don't know why, I just wanted Sticky Webs up right away, even though I knew he had Mandibuzz with Defog. So I got my Sticky Webs up. Obviously I withdrew, I didn't want to take Hyper Voice because that could easily OHKO me. So I went into Rolex, knowing I can live any hit. Oh, Rolex was Okaberry set, mainly for Salazzle. Cloyster was obviously a Focus Sash, Shell Smash set. Galvantula was just an offensive with Life Orb and Sucker Punch. Sableye defensive with Will-O-Wisp, Knockoff, Foul Plate, and I forgot the other move. Infernape was Scarfed with Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Earthquake, and U-Turn. And Mega Altaria was a Cotton Guard set with Hyper Voice, Roost, and Fire Blast for the Mega Metagross. So here, I believe, I forgot what I went for. I think I went for Heavy Slam. Oh no, Toxic, my bad. And he goes for a Defog to get rid of my Sticky Webs. And then here's where I go for a Heavy Slam. Does like around 10, 15, 20-ish%. He has Leftovers. And then he's getting Poison damage, which nullifies the poison or the leftover damage. The leftover healing, my bad. This is post-com. Mostly all my matches are gonna be post-com because like I don't have a capture card, so none of them are gonna be live com until I actually get one. So he switches out into No Name. I go for Heavy Slam. I withdrew because I said I don't want to take a Scald, because at the range I'm at, I can live a Fire Blast from a Salazzle with Okaberry. And I switch in a Stitch, I take a Scald, I have leftovers, so I believe I go for a Knockoff on this turn, because Knockoff on any of his mons are good, besides Terrakion and Metagross. So he goes into Trixie, and then I knock off its leftovers. Yeah, it's leftovers. I regain health with my leftovers. And then here, obviously, I'm not going to stay in. Hyper Voice OHKO Sableye, even if it's specially defensive. And he goes into Kyle A, the Salazzle. Shout out Kyle A for the P4G invitation, and Lynx and Kelly as well. And then I go into Rolex. I kind of made it obvious that I was Okaberry just by switching it in like this. So he switched out and he went into Wilma, which was the Manbuzz. And I went for Earthquake because I thought it was going to stay and go for Fire Blast. Even though I made it super obvious that I'm Okaberry. He takes more toxic damage. He withdrew Wilma. I went to No Name. Here I could have switched into Galvantula and probably could have gone a bit hit off, but I decided to stay in and went for Heavy Slam. And he goes for Taunt here, predicting me to go for Toxic. I went for Earthquake when I could have switched into Galvantula. I had 2 turns to switch in Galvantula on this thing and do damage to anything on his team, but I decided to stay on with Rolex. He goes for Recover, of course. Basically regains all the health from the damage that I did. I go for Earthquake again. I could have switched, but I went for Earthquake again. And here I finally switch into Jeff, but I believe he goes for Scald. Yeah, he goes for Scald this turn. Could have switched in like 2 turns ago when he didn't attack. So Jeff took a big hit, and he withdraws. He goes into Trixie, and then here's finally where I make my move, I think, and go for Thunder? Question mark? Yeah. So I go for Thunder. Animation is cool. Does like around 40%. And I think, yeah, I go for Thunder again. Almost knocks it out, lives like on, what, 10 HP? 11? I get the paralysis. He goes for Wish. He was running a Wish Protect Cleric Sylveon. Obviously it's gonna have Protect. I go for Thunder. Sylveon protects itself. Gains its HP back. At this point I didn't know what to do. I was like stuck because I couldn't do anything with Jellicent, and then my Galvantula was going low on HP. So here he switches into Dwayne, and I was scared of this Mon. And then I went for Thunder. I don't know why he switched in, obviously to kill me, but I don't know. But I went for Thunder. He got paralyzed. I was scared for this. The reason I brought Scarf to Inferno was for this thing right here. But Galvantula killed it. I went for Energy Ball just in case I missed Thunder, because you know there's that chance. So I went for Energy Ball, killed the Terrakion, then he goes into Kyle A. I was running Sucker Punch, so I went Sucker Punch, does a decent amount. He kills me off with a Flamethrower. So down goes Jeff. Bye, Jeff. Alright, so now I go into Rolex, and like I said, I made it super obvious that I was running Okaberry, but this is the only switch I had. So he withdrew, he went out into No Name. I really couldn't do anything to this Jellicent. I had nothing to kill it with. I had Galvantula, but I don't know, I could have killed it, but I stalled out too much. So I went for Earthquake, he goes for Recover, gains his health again. Then I go for an Earthquake again. Does a decent amount, but not enough. And then at this point, I just stayed in because I didn't know what to do. He goes for Scald, so now at this point, I can't live any hit from Salazzle, even with Okaberry. So I just go for another Earthquake and bring him down as low as I can, but he's gonna bring it back. He's gonna raise his HP with Recover. So I withdrew Rolex here, and I went into Stitch. Like I said, I didn't really have anything to kill this thing with, especially since Galvantula went down. So he went for his Recover, obviously gained his HP. I'm gaining HP too with Leftovers. He withdrew, and I think I went for a knockoff again. I think. yeah, so I went for a knockoff. I had already knocked off this thing's leftovers, so yeah. So at this point, I was like, damn, what do I do? So I went into Rafiki, my Infernape, my Scarfed Infernape, as he withdrew, and he went into Kyle A, his Salazzle. Him not wanting to risk me being scarfed and killing it, switched out into Wilma. Me, I just went for a Flare Blitz, knowing that that was probably his play if I had gone for the Earthquake. So this thing has its leftovers, but they get nullified by Steelix's Poison Toxic. So then here he withdraws his Wilma and goes into No Name, the Jellicent. If I had ran Thunder Punch, I could have used that, especially since his defensive core was with both Mandibuzz and Jellicent, both being weak by Thunder Punch. I could have Thunder Punched, and then I had switched and I went out of Stitch, and he goes for another Scald. Luckily we got no burn. I mean, it's not like Sableye offensive, but still we got no burn. So leftovers recovery. He withdrew No Name, and he goes on to Wilma, Mandibuzz, and I believe I went for recovery here. It's his leftovers recovery. And Toxic nullifies it again. And then here he goes for Toxic himself. So now my Sableye is poisoned, and I believe here I go for Foul Play, not wanting to withdraw into anything else. I go for knockoff to get over those, to get rid of those leftovers. And then I think this next turn is where we both go for Foul Play, because Wilma's super close to dying. Sableye, he's at basically full. So yeah, he goes for Foul Play, does a good amount, and then I go for Foul Play, and does it kill? No. It's good though, because Steelix's poison kills it. But I get leftovers recovery, but it gets nullified now because of his poison, or his toxic, whatever you want to call it. So Wilma goes down to Steelix's toxic. Sableye's getting worn down. Now he goes into Kyle A. I do not have any switch-ins to this, so I just stayed in. Went for recovery to see how much Sludge Bomb or Flamethrower did. Went for a Flamethrower. Obviously, it's gonna do a lot. I ran Sableye physically defensive, especially defensive. So knowing that it did that much damage and that I was poisoned, obviously I wasn't gonna live anymore. So he went for Sludge Bomb, and down goes Stitch. So here I went to Rafiki, and he withdrew, going out into Trixie. I think here I just went for Earthquake again. Yeah, I went for Earthquake. It was a good chunk, like 20%. I go for Earthquake again. I think Sylveon lives. No, I kill it. So Infernape kills Sylveon with Earthquake. And then here comes the Jellicent, which I can't do anything to. And then here's where I make my switch into Rolex, knowing that I didn't want to bring in Altaria just yet. So he went for Recover. I switched into Steelix. He's at full HP again. And he goes for Scald. And down goes Rolex. So yeah, this Jellicent, I couldn't beat it. I had nothing for it. Like I said, I had Galvantula, but I didn't play with Galvantula right. So now I bring in my Nimbus, aka my Mega Altaria. Obviously I Mega Evolve. Nimbus. And here, obviously I know he's going to bring in his Mega Metagross against it because it could easily just kill me, so I went for a Cotton Guard. And he goes for Toxic. I was like, alright, I don't know what to do, so I just went for a Cotton Guard. Yeah, I just realized the typo in the layout. Where the California Castforms are. Let's get it. Alright, so he switched out, he went into his Mega Metagross. I go for Hyper Voice. I probably should have gone for Fire Blast predicting that, but I just went for Hyper Voice. And I'm obviously gonna get worn down by Toxic. And then here he goes for Meteor Mash. Obviously I lived that because of Cotton Guard. And then here I was hoping I didn't miss Fire Blast, and thankfully I didn't. I landed the Fire Blast, and down goes Mega Metagross. So down goes X, gonna give it to you. And then obviously I'm gonna get worn down by Poison. And here comes Kyle A. Salazzle. Obviously I can't do anything. I don't outspeed this thing. I can't do anything on our priority. So there goes Sludge Bomb. Down goes Nimbus. So now my last Mon is Rafiki, aka Infernape. And since I'm Scarfed, I have to lock myself into one move. So I decided to be Earthquake as he withdrew for differential, I think. I mean, I would. So he went into Jellicent. I go for Earthquake. And it does 15%. Like 10%. Yeah. Alright, so I'm locked into Earthquake. Obviously, I can't do anything. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle. He goes for Scald. Front goes down. Alright. So, we'll be back for week 2. Hopefully, we can pick up a W. See you guys next time in the next video, next week. Alright. Later.